What's a typical day of a professional pilot? Well, it's kind of hard to describe that. At our airline, we kind of have three airlines within the airline. We have domestic, we have overseas, and then we have, I guess what you would also call senior domestic too, but I'm currently doing overseas, as you would call it. So I'm on the 787. We'll have midday departures going to mostly Asia. We have evening departures going to Europe, and then we have midnight departures going to either Australia or India. So your day is going to kind of depend on what that first flight or check-in time is. We'll typically get to Op Center, hour and a half to 2 hours prior to departure. That's where we check in, get the flight plan. Now with our iPads, we can often actually pull the flight plans and the weather before we even get to Op Center, but it's still a chance we can call dispatch, see if there's any snags, any concerns on the route. From there we head over to the terminal, we go through security and all the bypasses. We'll get to the airplane usually with a coffee in hand. That's where we'll meet the flight attendants, give them a briefing of what to expect for the flight. Then we make our way to the flight deck. We do our flight deck checks, loading the McDo, which is the management computer. We go through any MELs or any snags. We make sure we got the fuel. We do our cross checks. Then we check again. We'll go through some emergency reviews. That's usually obviously the busiest time of our flight. And then we get to our destination, and that's where you're exploring new countries, new cultures, and we make sure we check on every Irish pub no matter where you are in the world. But yeah, it never gets old. That day that you roll out to the button of the runway and you advance those thrust levers, there's still an exhilarating rush every time.